Спасибо большое. Добрый день. Пожалуйста. Пожалуйста. Уважаемый Игорь Викторович, уважаемые товарищи.
Dear Prosecutor General, dear friends, today at the extended meeting of the Collegium of the General Prosecutor's Office, we're going to discuss the results of 2024, define the problem areas that we should concentrate on. Over the last year, prosecutors on all levels have did a lot of work, and statistics confirms that number of applications and complaints registered by prosecutors has grown by 10%. Number of personal receptions, citizens personally received by prosecutors has also grown. I'm asking you to analyze the most topical, most systemic problems that worry citizens and come up with the propositions to solve them. It's important on all levels of governance to be able to promptly respond to people's requests. And of course, we need to go in detail in any situation. In many cases, thanks to your active participation, violated rights of people were reinstated and damage was reclaimed. A lot was done in the direction of protecting the interests of the state and the society. I would like to thank our prosecutors for their professional and responsible approach to their duties. My special word of gratitude goes to prosecutors working in Donbass and the new regions of the Russian Federation, as well as regions in direct vicinity of the area of hostilities. In this difficult situation, you do your duty with courage and dignity, helping people. On the federal and regional level, decisions were made to support people who suffered from the actions of the Kyiv regime, compensating them for damaged property and damaged housing and issuing them certificates. I'm asking you to control that all the payments due are received in time and permanent housing and interim housing is provided in time. Special attention should be paid to minors and teenagers who had to go through difficult times in this situation. We all know very well that our troops have recently staged a number of bold operations and are currently completing the defeat of the enemy in the Kursk region. According to the legislation of the Russian Federation, all soldiers, and especially foreign mercenaries who were there on our territory and perpetrated crimes against civilian population, are classified as terrorists, and their crimes should be identified, registered, and carefully investigated. I'm asking prosecutors, and especially military prosecutors here, to organize this work on the reclaimed territory in Suja and in other cities and towns. All those criminals and those who issued criminal orders should be identified and should receive their rightful punishment. On all levels, it is our professional and moral duty to support the defenders of our motherland, veterans of the Great Patriotic War, those who fought international terrorism, and of course, members of the special military operation. Results of prosecutor investigations should be constantly analyzed and summarized. In a number of regions of the Russian Federation, the initiative has been supported to provide payments without previous applications, and legislation has been amended regarding the status of volunteer military units. and the obligation to receive certificates and registration certificates confirming participation in military service is now the obligation of relevant authorities. I'm asking military prosecutors to work harder on strengthening military discipline as an important factor of combat readiness. Prosecutor's office still has fighting criminality as one of its highest priorities, and in this regard, we need to implement additional measures to prevent crimes, also among young people. Despite the fact that the crime rate among youths is declining, the total number still remains relatively high. Matters of combating extremism and terrorism still require our attention. The number of terrorist crimes has grown significantly, and it's important to work on protecting and defending objects of infrastructure and places of mass gathering. We need to fight extremism, attempts at destabilizing the social atmosphere in our country, public calls for terrorism and creation of terrorist groups, extremist groups. Dear colleagues, we need to double our efforts in all areas that directly determine the lives of our people. In protecting the law-guaranteed labor rights and housing rights and health rights. A lot has been done in terms of health protection in the relevant national project and in other programs. You have to continue overseeing the legality of procurement procedures for buying medical equipment and providing medical help, and immediately response to any violations in this regard. Environmental protection and natural resources use requires further attention. The crash of 2 tankers with oil products in the Black Sea showed just what grave consequences can ensue after gross negligence of security rules. Prosecutor General was the first among the top state officials to impose a nationwide emergency mode. We need to work systemically on nature protection and environment protection together with other authorities. We need to eliminate any drawbacks in legal framework and take immediate measures to compensate for the environmental damage. Prosecutors have made a significant contribution to combating illegal forest fellings and protecting our natural reserves, such as Lake Baikal. Serious work was done to bring order to production and extraction and export of marine mammals. Defending the rights of entrepreneurs and national business is a very important task related to our national sovereignty. Millions of citizens are employed in small and medium businesses. I talked about that yesterday with the Russian business community. Prosecutor's office have completely migrated to risk-oriented approach. We need to perfect this practice together with the business community. We need to liquidate the remaining administrative barriers that hamper the development of business and the economy, while at the same time, of course, protecting the rights of consumers. Those are the sides of the same coin. We need to fight corruption, paying close attention to expenditure of funds on national projects, on the national defense order, in large-scale national and regional development programs. I'm sure that Russian prosecutors realize the scale of their responsibility, the historical significance of the tasks we're facing, and will do their best for their effective execution. I wish you best of luck. Thank you very much.